Man, what is this guy doing? What's going on?
You need to get you some tent, brother.
Some tent for what?
Cause you've been looking ugly as fucking traffic.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Somebody asked me, do people rent out storage units in Atlanta and live in them? I won't be surprised, y'all. What you mean? These folks up here living like it's no tomorrow. No jobs, they just living life. So for them to live in one of them things, I won't be surprised.
This might be a hot take, but you know the guy that's living in the storage unit, you know, he was recording himself living in there. Yes, that might be illegal, but I don't understand why everyone is making fun of him, that he's living in a storage unit. He seems happy that he has a roof over his head, that he's not living in the streets. And then on top of that, like, I see some videos where they're talking about the woman in the video, and they're like, oh, you know, a woman will stick by a broke man and be happy living in that storage unit. She's homeless. She doesn't have a home. If someone were to house her, that could be a dangerous situation where they're trying to take advantage of her. If she can find a roof over her head and the person can keep her safe, I don't see why you wouldn't do that. Who's going around picking up homeless women on the street unless you have an ulterior motive? So with this conversation is we're making fun of people living in storage units, but why are people living in storage units if it isn't the system that we live in? I don't believe that everyone has the right to be housed. That should be a basic necessity. To be making fun of somebody for living in a storage unit, I don't understand that. When you know how it is living out here. You know how it is paying bills and making sure you have food in your stomach and making sure you still have a roof over your head. And a lot of us are this close. Some of us are like this close, working paycheck to paycheck to make sure the roof is over our heads. And you're making fun of him because he's living in a storage unit and he's happy that he's living in a storage unit and he's grateful he's living in a storage unit. Mind you, I don't know their backstory. This is just what I'm seeing. The storage unit, the fact that they're even unhoused, like, is a problem with the system that we live in. The problem with late stage capitalism. I don't see a reason why we should be making fun of them for trying to survive.
The funny thing about being freshly on the street homeless is that while I'm carrying all this shit and I've been wearing the same clothes for 4 days, I am not yet disheveled enough to be immediately clocked as homeless. So inside people still try to commiserate with me. Like we're on the same page. Like last night I was sitting outside QT, right? Just like taking a break from all the fucking walking. My feet hurt so bad. Anyway, so I was sitting outside QT, you know, just like playing on TikTok, waiting to like go in and get a hot dog. Which, by the way, this is the only QT in Greenville, I think. There might be one other one that doesn't have picnic benches or tables. All the restaurants on this block have locks on the bathrooms. I ain't seen this shit nowhere else in Greenville. Security guard comes out to me and he's like, we actually have a no loitering policy. So what? Are you just waiting for a ride, waiting for the bus? What you doing? I'm like, no, just getting up the gumption to come inside. He's like, yeah, well, you know, there are a lot of homeless people around here. They like to camp out in this spot, so we just like to keep people from sitting around. And I'm just like, okay. These two kids came up to me and asked me to help them film their TikTok. I'm sitting outside the library, and one of them's like, so are you just out here meditating, or? I just pretended I didn't hear him. I take back what I said about talking to people. I don't think I'm going to be doing that anymore. Day one out here, I think, was a fluke. Or day two, the meaningful conversations I had were with women. There are no fucking women out here anymore. Like, it was a majority men the first couple days, but now it is fucking just men. There are like a couple of women, but I'm the only one my age. So I'm just getting approached constantly. There's no rest. There's no respite. There's no solitude. And like, I like people, but not all the fucking time. And all these men want, all any of them want, is to fucking hit on me. And I'm running out of creative ways to tell them to fuck off. I'm just gonna start swinging next time. Don't worry, I'm also getting a taste of the dehumanization. I've been operating under this false assumption that I wouldn't get harassed in businesses if I, made a purchase. Nah, because I ate in Hardee's yesterday. I'm just sitting there trying to cool off after I eat my food. The manager comes up to me and is like, "Are you waiting on something? Food, a ride, what?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Okay, because you've been here a while." Actually, she said I've been there for 2 hours, which really had been like an hour and 15 minutes. But whatever, bitch. I have been woken up by the police a couple times. I really miss soft surfaces. The ground, concrete, asphalt, benches. Every surface is so fucking hard. I am covered in bruises. I ain't cut out for this. I don't think I'm gonna survive long out of here.
How do y'all get over depression? Like, I'm extremely depressed. It's just me and my kid. We homeless. I can't get approved for childcare, so therefore I can't get a real job. And if you know me, you know I works. I don't play about work. But I'm only doing this delivery thing right now because that's all I can do. But in Texas, I thought everything was bigger in Texas, but obviously it's not, because I can't even make barely $20 to $30 a day. When I was at home, I get orders for $40, $50, $60. I get to Texas, I see orders for $5, $7, $10. Like, it's a struggle to make $20, $30 a day, like I said. I mean, I don't get child support. I ain't got no family here that can help me. I can't leave because my car keep breaking down every other day. So, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm trying my hardest not to just crash out because I got my son and he didn't ask to be here. So I got to do what I got to do for him. But, man.
Hey, y'all. I want to tell you the story how I'm living in Houston but homeless, living on my car. How you doing? My name is Barry Maurice Scott. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So let me start from the beginning, where a friend of mine that I met in LA 6 years ago when I used to live in LA, we was talking. She moved to Houston. I was just talking to her about how I want to move to Houston and stuff like that, and she was like, "Yeah, Houston would be a good spot and everything." So and I'm just thinking like, "Oh yeah, I do want to leave out of Philly after going through a lot that I've been through." And in Philly, I was going through depression. I was going through. I went to a church for 4 years that just made me so depressed. That made me feel like I wasn't good enough to do nothing or able or capable to do anything, because every time it was time for me to really minister or anything like that, it got overlooked, or they said, "Oh, not this time, next time we're gonna do it." So I'm like, all right, I want a new start. So January, I called my friend. I'm like, "Can you be my mentor?" She do real estate and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. I call her my big sis. She been cool ever since LA 6 years ago. We talk all through we still stay connected in the last 6 years. And she was letting me know how proud she was of me, and I just felt like it was right. I felt like I was led to ask her to be my mentor, and like, can I come stay with her? I was going to stay with her. Yo, I cannot breathe while I'm telling the story. I asked her, can I stay with her? I feel like it was going to be right for me to she can be my mentor and stuff like that. And I just felt like everything in Philly was going wrong. Nothing was going on there. I had found a good job. I was living under somebody else's situation. I had an eviction on my nose because I was looking out for somebody else back in 2022. It's so much that I was going through in Philly where it's like I needed something new. And I wanted something. Oh God, calm down. I wanted something new, and I felt so heavy year after year, and people like knowing I'm going through so much. I'm going through this, and I don't really put my business on social media or tell people that. I just endure it by myself, because I never get help, but I always get criticism, and I always get, you should have did this or you should have did that. But it's like, I'm telling you what's going on. I don't put myself in these positions. Sometimes I do, but at the same time, it's like, how else can I get it done? Like, I got to make sure I look out for myself. I got to make sure that things get done on my end, because at the end of the day, who want to have me? So my birthday came, I had a show. She came out there, and I was excited. I feel like the energy was really good. So fast forward, now I'm living in Houston and living on my car.
I get that he wanted to live in a new environment. I totally understand that. But move cities. You don't have to move states. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he could have planned that move a lot better. And now he's homeless, and it's just like, it is just really poor planning.
Do y'all see how many young people are living in their cars?
I totally agree with you in that sense. But if you're going to live in your car and you don't have a choice, that's where it does become dangerous, I feel like, because I'm doing it as something I want to do. and I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. And I researched it for years, and I actually car camped on and off for fun in the past couple of years, but now I'm choosing to do it full time. But I know the dangers of car camping perpetually, like forever, or as long as you need to. That's why I did a lot of research before I went into it, before I decided I wanted to do it. I'm a traveler at heart, and I knew that, and I just couldn't emotionally go another year without doing it for real, regardless of financial situation, money, whatever. I just wanted to travel and make content and do what I wanted to do. But I understand there's people out there that have to do it. And like I said, if you have to do it, and if you're young, just stay safe as much as possible, because it's not normal in today's society to do it. And especially if you're homeless, it can be, like I said, very, very dangerous. Like, I went out of my way to really study the areas that I'm going to be going to. Where the cops be usually? What are their routes? How would they treat you if you look homeless? That's why I purposely made sure that if I'm going to be car camping, I don't look homeless, and I never will, because hygiene is important. I still have a safe house, is what I call it, where I could go to like a Airbnb and I will pay for it that day, or I will go to a friend's house. So I still got safe spaces to go to, and people know my location. I have a few people that know my location via iPhone, just in case anything happens. So there's people that actually know where I am at all times, and to a certain extent, they call me during the day to see how I'm doing. So now, if you're in a situation where you're car camping because you literally just don't have nowhere to go, and you don't have family, you don't have people, I have resources. Like anyone, like, you want to have resources if you're going to be car camping, even for fun, because you just never know what can happen. And for the love of God, if you're car camping, pay for car insurance. You still got to be an adult. I still pay my bills like normal. I still have a budget. I still pay debt. I still do stuff. Like, I still make income. I'm not just out here bumming, but I'm choosing this lifestyle because I like the adventure. So if I want to work from my laptop and go to like a park and not have to worry about like setting up a living camp for that day, that's the kind of lifestyle I want. And then I can cook on the fly because I have all my materials, and then I have my cutting knives and all this stuff that I need to still live like a normal life, but it's just mostly outside and traveling to different places. I'm just mobile. So it's interesting. So I'm going to just go over a few things I would say you should have if you're going to be doing this.
So I'm putting the rest of my stuff in storage, but so the hotel that I went to yesterday, I went to two. They're both just seedy hotels, right? But then they have the nerve to charge people like find a house or something, because these apartments are charging per week. I think it was $480 a week, and it had 2 beds in it. And I'm like, I'm not paying that. I don't make that amount of money. I would have to put my whole freaking paycheck just to pay the room, and that's all. I'm just working literally just to find a place to sleep. Like, I get it. We have to live. I get it. We have to survive. But I'm not paying that. That's outrageous. I'll just save my money and work on trying to get me a house or something when the housing market. The thing about it is, if you can't afford it, you just can't afford it. I just have to work to save my money to get me another place. That's it, because it's really not worth living in a hotel. How are you going to save money if you got to pay $480 for a hotel room? That just doesn't make sense. So, and I'm not bitching. I'm not mad at nobody but myself, right? So I'm not pointing fingers at nobody. I'm not. But even people that say that they're going to help you, they start to renege, right? People renege on what they say, because you can tell the way that they treat you that they don't really want to help you. And that's okay. And I'm not mad at anybody for not wanting to help. It is what it is. I'm not, listen, I will stay in my car if I need to. That's that. So I'm not paying for a hotel room. It's too outrageously expensive. I couldn't possibly afford that. I would literally just be going to work every day to pay for a seedy hotel and barely scraping by, barely getting food, just barely surviving. Like, I still have upkeep on my car and things that I have to pay for. So it's hard. It is what it is. This is the reality of life. Reality of life.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
So people have been saying that I'm not living in my car. No, I am. And the reason being, my last place was actually making me sick. My landlord, who I share a wall with, had a sewage flood, and I don't think the plumber could get there for a couple days, and ever since then my health just was not the same. Now if my landlord or anyone like on that property is seeing this, it's probably because of my low immune system. I just react to things that people normally don't react to, but it was still making me sick. So I gave my notice and I left, and I've been in my car ever since. I feel so much healthier now. It's been really nice. But being in my car has its challenges, particularly food. Like right now I'm eating a fry from Del Taco because like I can't afford to eat a full meal out. I'm working on getting one of those little gas powered little mini portable stoves from REI, and then I'm gonna heat up soup and stuff like that. So I have a plan. I shower at Planet Fitness, where I also plan to start working out to strengthen my body, and like I get to save so much money now. But like right now I've got like this bump on my eye. I don't know if you can see it with the filter. Oh yeah, right there. I don't know what it is, but I'm watching it because the other time I've been homeless I actually developed MRSA. You know, since I'm showering and stuff, I don't have access to all my facial stuff that I normally do. And it's also like, I just can't afford $1,000 a month for a room to rent in someone's home when they have animals that make me sick because of asthma, or they have mold and they don't take care of it, or they smoke, and like, I can't be around that stuff. So being in my car kind of gives me the safety of not having environmental exposures, but then also comes with its own downsides of, you know, everything like showering or hygiene, like being a fight. My longer term goal is to try to buy an RV, live in. That way I can have an environment I can control, but they're spendy, so it's gonna take some work and some time. But for now, this is my life.
I actually knew a person who had a lot of mold in her apartment, and guys, she went through it. She was sick literally for months. I think at least 3 or 4 months or something like that. And it got so bad that she had to move out of that place and stay with her mom because it was just that bad.
I wish I had someone to call on. You guys really don't understand what it's like to not have no one when it rains, it pours. Today, I'm sleeping in CVS parking lot. I'm sleeping in at CVS tonight. Every day, I have to find somewhere else to go. My windows is getting knocked on every day. No matter what, people will know because either my car is going to be running to keep my car warm for a bit, or you're going to see things in my window to, you know, and then they look like it's just a lot. And all I want was help with food sometimes. That hurts. That they always have this thing where they say people help those that help yourself, and it's not like that when it comes to me. It's like people waiting to see me like right out here. I do not feel comfortable in a car. I do not feel comfortable in a car. And I tried everything that I could. I tried 211. I tried job centers. I do everything that I could. And in 2 years of being online, only like a handful of women reached out that seemed somewhat genuine. And I have hundreds of men trying to take advantage. I wish people would like share my videos or anything, so one day I can at least have thousands of followers to at least one day help myself by views one day. Like, I really don't understand how can like so many people notice me in real life and but nobody like want to like really lift me up. All these guys, and I'm still hungry, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all I want to do is get out of homelessness so I can have a normal life one day, so I can work and have a bed to lay on, so I can date one day, so I can have a relationship, so I can build my own family, so I can know what it's like to have a girls' night out. I didn't get to have a life. I didn't have any 20s, you guys. I've been on survival mode because I mainly only attract predators. I want to work. I'll do things to help myself. But it's just hard doing it alone. I've been in the South for 5 years. I don't have anything bad or negative to say about the South. But what I do know is, if you don't have family in the South, you're fucked. And the fact that I'm getting like kind of overlooked for not trying to like push baskets or like end up a sex worker speaks volumes, because even in California, I've been around pimps, gangsters, all type of men, and I didn't get disrespected for wanting integrity and morals and nothing else. They might have not, you know, mess with me because I don't have it together. But I didn't get beat down by a whole bunch of men on the West Coast for trying to be an independent woman, trying to do something for myself. Damn. That really, really hurts. Because I wouldn't have never even asked for help if I had people in my corner besides the school. I wish I didn't drop out of college. And you guys just know I want to go back to school. I have to be somewhere for a year. I lived in 5 different states to know about like what it takes to get something off the ground, have something going for yourself. And to be able to go to school in North Carolina, I would have to live out here for a year and do my taxes and like show proof of that I've been out here for a year so I can go back to college. But if I keep bouncing around and going everywhere homeless where nobody's trying to help me, then it will be hard to at least work towards helping myself. Like where I'm from in California, you know, they have hot meal program like EBT, where you can get Jack in the Box or certain food like with your EBT hot meal. Like in the South, most people I know got somebody. Like it really hurts. Like if my car breaks down, I won't have nobody to call on. So I gotta make enough money and get up something so I can at least afford AAA. Cause I might as well try to get all the money I can once I'm able to be in a safe spot, to be able to work hard and not be on survival mode. I've been sleeping with one eye open ever since a kid. It took 28 years to say something because I thought that I would be able to do this by myself. I did. I had pride. I thought and I attempted since 15 fucking years old to do it alone, without a partner, without parents. I'm never going to get no inheritance. I'm never going to get nothing left. I have not had any form of hand up. Y'all don't understand. When you don't have a couch to sleep on or available shelter to go to, and you could just like stack, life is hard. Especially, it's not like I'm in a van or a hatchback car where I can spread my body out a little bit. Maybe if I was in a van or a truck, it'll be more doable. But it's a car, and I'm not that short. Maybe if I was 4'11". But it does hurt that it, like, I wish we stick together more. And I'm not even talking about material-wise. That shit really hurt. I spent 5 winters out here, and it's not because I can't do it. It's not because I can't do it. It's because the things that I can do right now is something not good morally. Maybe if I had more experience with men, I probably would have went to the strip club by now. But I feel like it's a slap in the face trying to like be a good girl and keep a pure heart. I'm not saying this because I know y'all don't know me enough, but I just hope people out there got discernment to know that I'm somewhat gotta be appearing genuine. This take a lot of courage to put yourself out there obviously I come on here because I need help because the resources is not available. I call 211 a lot. I have a connection with Urban Ministries. I did a coordinated entry. I'm on the waiting list for Section 8 in California to this day, and it's been on the waiting list since 2013. At this point, I wish I had family support. I could just stay in the projects in LA, but I don't have people, like, I'm not safe.
Just watch this.
So we got kicked out of our storage unit. The higher ups found out about my video and went so viral. We ended up getting kicked out. Now we're just trying to figure out where to go and what we're going to do with all of our stuff. We're going to have to get a new storage unit. So yeah, we got kicked out. We just don't know what to do right now. We're trying to figure it out. It's a lot. It's a lot of uncertainty. We can't live here anymore. And we can't make videos in here anymore. Now all we have is a tent and it's freezing cold outside. Can't live in a storage unit anymore. Figured I was gonna get kicked out, but I'm willing to take risks. You know, have a crazy come up, a great come up. And it was a risk. I was willing to take it so I can get out of here. Now we got a free hotel. After getting kicked out of the storage unit, now we got a free hotel. It's so cold outside. We don't have to stay outside in the cold.
Not only can we get out of the cold for the weekend, but we can also use this time to figure out what we're gonna do next, where we're gonna put our storage at, and who we can call to help us. We're also gonna be making a lot of money moves while we're here and making some content for you guys. So
yeah, stay tuned.
Posted.
Now don't say I ain't warn y'all, but ever since I seen that first video of him putting the food from the hotel in the trash bag, throwing it outside, recording it, all of that, her moving the stuff in the storage unit while he recording, just everything about it. Now I don't know these people. Don't know them at all, but it's just something off. It's something off about both of them. Majority him though. She seemed like she just down for the ride. She ain't got nowhere else to go, so fuck it. With him, it's something off. It's something off. I don't know if it's, never mind. I don't know these people, but it just gives me next level panhandler. You knew you was gonna get kicked out. You knew that you was gonna get caught. You knew that the video was gonna blow up. You knew that hella people was watching, and now you're in a hotel for free. Now, no, I don't want nobody sleeping outside. It's 15 degrees here where I'm at right now. It was 5 degrees the other day, so hell no, I don't want nobody sleeping outside. Not but, because anything I say after but mean I ain't mean it. However, I just feel like it's something going on with them. I could be completely wrong. But when I say something is off about somebody, or I don't like somebody and I don't even know them, it's something. And I'm never wrong. I ain't gonna say never, but most of the time I'm not wrong. But I don't know what it is. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping or not, but I don't believe him. I just don't. So
he literally snitched on himself. Come on, bro. If you don't want to work, then cool, but stop looking for pity from other people if you don't want to work. You and your girl have no physical or mental limitations when it comes to working, so there's really no excuse. So stop looking for pity or attention or just stuff like that. You have to work or else you will be homeless. That's pretty much it. And I guess that you chose to be homeless. So, I mean, it is a choice at the end of the day, at least for him.
Alright, so let's get into it. I have been in a tent for 22 days. I was in domestic violence for 3.5 years. I've had multiple domestic violence relationships, but this was my most recent one. He hit me for 3.5 years. I was dealing with it, but 22 days ago, he hit my 10-year-old daughter for the first time, and I was out like trout, never to return. I moved into a tent. I left with the clothes on my back. I have a bike now, a little cooking thing. I'm starting to get set up. I found an under-the-table job that doesn't pay well, but it holds me over until I can get a new ID and start working a legitimate job. But here's the point of why I'm saying all this. Something I'm gonna do is I want to start interviewing other women and other men who have been in domestic violence. I want people to be getting their story out there. I want everyone to be able to talk in a safe place about the bullshit they had to go through, and, you know, be able to talk to somebody like me who's also been through it, who's not going to shame them for needing to talk about it. That's something I'm going to be doing. So if you, or if anybody wants to, sorry, I got a text message, but if anybody wants to talk about anything, you know, it doesn't have to be your story, as long as you don't use names or anything, because definitely very confidential. If you don't want your name to be attached to your story, you know, you don't have to show your face or say your name or anything. But I think that as women, we need a safe place to talk about this shit. We need people to know that this is not going to stay behind closed doors. You are not safe from having your fucking shit put out there. It's not our job to keep you safe from the backlash of your own actions. I never signed up to be the gatekeeper of the abuse that I've been through. So no, I will talk about it, and I think other women should too, and other men. Anyone that's been through it, I'm just gonna start talking to different people all the time, over the phone, we can do FaceTime, we could meet outside at a park, whatever, anything. But let's start getting these stories out there, because these men and women who are being abusive, especially someone who put their hands on a child, they don't deserve to sleep safely at night knowing that nobody knows what they've done. They deserve for people to know exactly what kind of person they are. So let's stop, being ashamed of the fact that we had to go through abuse and just letting it go because we just want to move on. It's great to move on, but out that motherfucker, because they're going to keep doing it to people. And women and men who abuse people do not deserve to be able to go to bed at night with their head on their pillow, sleeping soundly like a little baby, because they abuse people. And the people they have abused are so ashamed of what they've been through that they can't talk about it. We're building this platform, and we are going to talk about it. So if you abuse people, you should be afraid right now.
Tent tour. Okay, guys. So this is my old cart that ripped. I'm trying to throw it away. That's my trash bag. These lines I use as my clothing lines to dry and keep clothes fresh. Got my little tube up there. This tarp is extra protection from this one for the tent. We'll get to the inside in just a minute. You come over here, you see my bike that's tied up. And then you come right here. And you got a shower bag. Hold on, guys. 1 second. There we go. She gives a nice shower. I got this from Temu. I need to fill it up some more, but I think this will come in handy. So now to the inside of my tent. I'm having to sleep on the floor due to the cot. I'm waiting for a new one to come in. It's not technically a cot, but still at the same time is. It's more like a couch cushion type feeling, and really can't see much right now, but I got a laundry basket, got a bag of dresses and jackets, water, my other pillows in the box, my shoe crate, another laundry basket with towels and rags in a bag, my miscellaneous crate right there, got clothes crates, got a shower bag, container from Dollar General, it's pink, dirty clothes which I had to put up into the laundry basket, my hygiene crate with some stuff on top, my bag with my undergarments, and having to sleep on this little thing right here, which I know you can't see too well. I'll give a better tour later. But yeah, I want to get a bigger tent for me that has more room to walk around and have a bigger bed in. And I just got this in, y'all. And y'all can guess who got it for me. Who I paid to get it for me. But I think I'm going to enjoy my shower bag that I got from Temu. They had different styles, different colors, and I chose the brown one. So, and the outfit of the day. Little camouflage, little brown moment. So, try something new. I'm not really good with eyeliner, but I just wanted to test something out, and I kind of like this look. It's a little fiery. So, the eyebrows are on point though. So yeah, guys, that's my little tent tour. I'll give a better one than more sunlight so y'all can see what I actually have placed in my tent. But I'm looking for a better tent on Temu. There's 3 options that I'm can't choose from. So when I get a new one and have set it all up and moved everything in, looking a little more roomy and comfy, I'll get back with y'all with that.
As for me, I hate sleeping outdoors. I have actually never been camping in my entire life. I would rather stay in a shelter than sleeping outside, you know? And I know that people have their own situations to deal with, but as for me personally, that would be my last resort, is to sleep outside in the woods.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.